Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and this video shows how Trump cuts through all of the BS in politics.
And I was watching and I heard the story of an incredible, unbelievable young woman who was battling rare bone cancer. They made a mistake. A doctor or a hospital made a mistake. She called it it was a medical error. Her name is Natalie Harp, and she lit up the television screen like very few people I've ever seen do it. And she talked about how they were preparing her for death. And because of Right to Try, she's now living and I think doing phenomenally well. And somebody said she's here. Are you here, Natalie? Where's Natalie? Will you come up here, please? Come up, Natalie.
Folks, you don't need me to tell you that the current healthcare system is absolutely horrific. It is fundamentally broken. And don't ever forget that it was Obamacare that basically did nothing to help the system. It was a terrible bill then, and it's a terrible bill now. But that's not the important part. The important part is the story of the Good Samaritan, which is exactly what she's about to reference here. And that's what separates Trump from so many other politicians of our era.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, we all know the story about the Good Samaritan, but what you don't know is I was that forgotten person on the side of the road, the victim of medical error, the number 3 cause of death under the previous administration, and left to die of cancer. First, the medical establishment, they came by and they saw me there, so they wrote prescriptions for opioids and they walked on. Next, the political establishment, they saw me there and they stopped just long enough to come over and tell me how to die, how to speed up my death so I could somehow die with dignity. But then an outsider, my Good Samaritan, President Donald J. Trump, he saw me there and he didn't walk by, he stopped. And for every single one of us, he gave up his own quality of life so we could live and work and fight with dignity, because he believes in survival of the fighters, not the fittest. And so, Mr. President, I have to say you have made a lot of promises to us, and you have kept every one of them. So now we're going to make you this promise. Just as you fought for us, forgotten America will never forget how you saw us on the side of the road, and you walked over, and you picked us up, and you made us great again. And now we're going to fight for you, Mr. President. God bless you.
I would usually take this time to just wax poetic about Trump, but no, I want to paint a picture of 2 presidents, because I think this video mirrors what I'm about to say. You have one president who says some mean things, but then does nice things. You then have a president who gets angry when cornered and has to be forced to do nice things. You have one president that immediately felt bad for the victims in Hawaii and the victims of East Palestine. And then you have another president who had to be forced to take time off of his vacation in Lake Tahoe to visit Hawaii, and then an entire year before he visited East Palestine. If you had told me that Donald Trump was a Good Samaritan 10 years ago, I would have laughed in your face. And if you told me that Joe Biden was this secretly evil person who has done horrific things in his past and is corrupt at best and evil at worst, I again would have laughed in your face, because I just didn't think that was possible in the world. Turns out that President A, the one who was basically canceled for mean tweets, is the nicer of these 2 men. The fact that we elected Joe Biden in 2020 might have broken this country. And this video shows the Good Samaritan in a nutshell. And Donald Trump has proven that he is that kind of president. He has proven that he is that kind of man. Joe Biden has not. And yet we are meant to believe that Joe Biden's a good person, a well-meaning old man. Whereas Donald Trump is just this mean-spirited, evil guy who wants to take over the country. At this point, if you believe that Joe Biden is just a well-meaning old man, I'm not sure that there's any hope. There's no way for me to better prove to you that what he has done is corrupt and disgusting. And there's no easy way for me to tell you that Trump is going to be the answer in 2024. Because that's how strong the stranglehold is from the media, from the mainstream sources, and what they do to poison the minds of the people of this country. Folks, hope you enjoyed this segment here on PolitiBrawl. Don't forget to check out the amazing merch basedby.shop, where you can show off just how conservative you really are while looking good while you do it. And hopefully catch you on the next one. Until then, y'all have a good one.